and something else. I don't know, Coda.
Ganymede.
So, there you guys go. I'm done talking about it. I don't really care. I'm just here to watch the games and enjoy the maps. So, if anyone else has beef about this, just keep it to yourselves unless I'm saying something radically wrong, because I don't care anymore. But I do care about StarCraft, and I do care about good, fantastic, fun matches, and we've definitely got those up to this point. So, spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, spawning and playing for Team Liquid, we have the Red Zerg player, Liquid Snute.
Never left for complexity. It's the blue Terran Tyga.
Okay, so let's say Tyga goes back a step here, and I don't think he pulls off the all-in on this map, not as fantastically at least. I would love to see him play mech on a map like this, to be completely honest with you. And this is not because I'm a disgusting player who wants to see Snoop play Swarm Hose and I want an hour-long game, but I truthfully think with 3 fairly easy-to-take bases, with a possible 4th, depending on where you go, I don't think this would be a bad map for mech.
Yeah, not a bad map. Not the greatest ever. That's still Deadwing. But...
I don't think anything's going to top Deadwing for good mech maps. But I'm looking at the other maps here at a glance too. I don't see any other map that really plays to mech's strength the same way Echo does.
Let me see. Let me see. Okay.
I mean, even
yeah.
Coda has a hard to take 3rd in comparison.
Yeah.
But as I had also mentioned in a previous cast, Tyga has also mentioned to us that his days of meching are coming to an end, and he's less inclined to play that style nowadays. If you guys watch his stream, he's been playing a lot of Bio too, and he's actually been randomly streaming lately, which I've been enjoying because I like watching Tyga play. He's my kind of dirty Terran, you know?
Yes. Yes, I know.
I know too well, Rifkin. Shut up. Now, Snoop's actually one basing this. Something we should talk about. The gas came down pretty quick, so not only is this going to be like really fast speedlings like we saw in game number 1, this is, well, really fast speedlings on 1 base.
Yes, it is. Not sure what he's hoping to get from here. Tyga did go for a barracks wall off, but it was not a wall off. But it's such a big map anyways that by the time the lings are out, and they're not even lings, he's still on 1 base and he has a couple of drones coming out, the reactor will be down. So, I don't know. Where's the hatchery?
Yeah, okay.
Did you get this that late last couple of games?
No, that's the thing. Like, that's why I drew attention to it, right? But
yeah, it's just, it seems like such like a normal thing. Like, this is what he did the last 2 games. Like, what's the big deal? I don't know. Well, if it's just gonna be for later on when Speed is actually finished, that'll certainly be good. If Tyga's gonna get a command center, but Tyga's 1 basing himself. Oh. Okay.
But I feel like a 1 base opener for a Terran is a lot stronger than a 1 base opener for Zerg. Just because you could possibly, he's probably going to get those Banshees out.
Yes.
Finally fixed that gas, by the way. SCs were just sitting outside the refinery, but...
I would definitely agree. I mean, this build has got to be for Snute to catch a...
What the hell just happened to your cat? I heard that...
Catch...
Is it okay? Did someone throw it off the roof? What was that?
He's fine. But to catch an opponent without a supply depot wall off and a barracks on the low ground.
How about medevac this time around? Double gas for the armory, I guess?
Oh, right, that's supply depot. He's good. What are you gonna do?
I
what
really,
is he gonna do?
I really thought this was gonna be Hellion Banshee, but nope, nope, psych.
Yeah, all right then. So maybe Viking medevac.
No, it's just that push with the 3 or 4 Hellbats to tank. With
Oh,
the
right, because the armory, yeah. I was like, what are the gas going to? Right, he hasn't put down the armory yet, so.
Well, plus the fact that the medevac's like 100 gas in and of itself is ugh.
Yeah, he's still at 200 though, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing with this. Okay, pulls off the second gas. Tyga, what are you up to, man?
There goes the armory now.
There we go.
Oh.
What was this swap? It's like, you know what? I need 1 extra marine in my push.
This is weird. This is weird. Snute has eyes. You know, I talked about how the dead space here doesn't really help seeing the natural ramp for Snute, but it sees that there isn't a command center. That's good enough for that. So Snoot's got to be scratching his head here, thinking, "What do I need?"
Ooh, I think Tyga barely saw those lings, but the Hellions are out of position for this. So, let's go lose the Hellions, which are a very big part of this build.
The spine crawler and a couple of spore crawlers. Maybe think that it's a banshee. I thought I saw the medevac, but even if he didn't, the medevac still is gonna be nice. The spore crawler's gonna be nice against medevac.
Yeah, but this is just a drop. This is one really lame drop. There's no upgrades. There's no stim. There's no combi shields. I don't know how much he plans to get done with this.
Well, probably nothing now.
I mean, you can pick off a drone or two for sure. Maybe the queen if she decides to get stubborn.
This was... Oh no, a weird game. And it is going to be a Banshee follow-up, but the spore crawlers are down. He's going to lose the medevac.
It's only in TVT we say nobody expects the late Banshee, but I guess in this game that'll be the case.
But he did expect it. His spore crawler's down.
Yeah. Well, he was expecting the early Banshee, not the late Banshee, right? So maybe no more spore crawlers go down.
Right. Like maybe he doesn't spore up the third. Legitimately, he could maybe not spore up the third, and that's going to be the one target.
So what happened with your cat? I really want to know.
Oh, Apollo beats up on Ziggy, and Ziggy's a big crybaby. So, like, they're just roughhousing, but Ziggy will scream like a banshee.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like... like, well, death, quite frankly.
Oh, they're fine.
Okay, well, SCV count's surprisingly not bad. Despite this... Oh, the fight could... despite this weird and very ineffective opener from Tyga, I wouldn't put him in the worst spot, because Snute didn't exactly rush out a third, but the fact that his natural's only just coming down, and it's not becoming an orbital already, I mean, he's behind. There's no question about that. I
would say, unless the Banshee does damage, and I'm not expecting, Snute definitely wins this game.
The amount... He needed Hellbats for that push so badly, and looks like he is going mech, by the way, so I'm pretty stoked about this.
Cool, yeah.
I mean, Snoot's fully aware that he just lost 4 lings to what was this many Hellions. There's only one thing this really leads to.
Probably. The Banshee is getting a lot of damage on the hatchery. He doesn't have enough spore crawlers to place it everywhere that a Banshee will hit, so it's doesn't know anything about Banshees. It's not even in range of the detection, so it just needs to cloak here. Or not?
I don't know. Keeping a couple of these alive is pretty important as he comes back over the roaches.
Yeah,
he should be able to hold this, though. I mean, I don't know why he's going down the ramp. High ground vision is a hell of a thing.
Well, he does clean it up, but he loses all of his army. Snute just drones up behind this. He saved his third. It's definitely not going to go down now. The Queen's in position. The Overseer's in position. He's probably going to die in just minutes here. 3
Banshees do good damage. I can't believe those roaches melted the way they did, but this is kind of free reign for Snute to just go Mutalisks now, I feel. Yeah,
or that. Snoot's getting an awful lot of queens. I thought he had 3 plus 3. Oh no. Well, it's still going up to 8, so I'd say that's a lot.
I guess he's really worried about these 3 Banshees coming before he's got Mutas, and if that's the case, this kind of makes sense. With +1 upgrades and having 6 or 7 queens on the map, it's pretty easy to pick off those Banshees, but it's, I don't know. He's invested into the range upgrades. He could go Roach Hydra to play against mech, which does work, but I just feel Mutalisks are so strong against early game no anti-air. I mean, even Thor struggled.
Yeah, I know. If he had been going Spire, this would have been such a game over. Like, the Banshees would have died. He would have not had a Thor. Yeah, but he did choose to go for Roach Hydra, and I do like that he played so defensive against these Banshees. Like, he didn't take them lightly, knowing that if 5 pop out and you don't expect it, they can kill queens. They can kill 5 queens. They can kill 2 spore crawlers.
Queen damage is always something underestimated. Even ZVZ, we see a lot of queen usage more so nowadays against mass mutas. But
the Baneling Nest is a little curious, but I guess instead of going straight up to Roach Hydra, he's going to go Roach Baneling at first. Again, not able to take care of the Banshees, but they'll certainly run through the Hellbats.
Well, the thing I'm primarily concerned about for this is, you know, Tyga, he starts off this game from behind because of how late his command center came down. And truthfully speaking, most mech players, they don't really need a lot of minerals, but can he secure a third? Can he actually lock down the gases necessary to play mech properly? And if so, does he actually just play ground mech, or does he go air mech off this? Because a 4th base is a little more out of the question for someone who's this slow to getting a third, I feel.
Yeah.
But then I see all this and I think a goodie, so...
Snute just had a lot of minerals banked up. He's waiting on getting a lot more Hydras as well. So while everything looks okay here, I mean, 30 supply up, but with tanks, that's okay. In fact, the army supply really not that high up. It's going to change in like 2 minutes. The Roach Hydra 2-2 attack, I think should just kill Tyga.
Well, Hellions get some surprisingly good damage here on the roaches. They do melt, and it's a little awkward to push with this. There's general supply counts you push with, but I feel one Thor off of 100 supply. Tyga hasn't confirmed that there's no Mutalisks. He hasn't even confirmed the lair. I just feel like pushing like this is asking for trouble.
Yeah. There's some like thought, I think, of pushing at very odd times can screw up a Zerg player, but Snute knew that he was in control most of this game. He knew that he could drone at certain points. You know, any aggression that he did was also scouting. He already droned as much as he had to, and now he's a big army.
Oh, that Raven hopefully doesn't die. Point defense drones are so good versus Hydralisks. But he just doesn't have the army behind this, even with point defense drones. Meanwhile, the Banshee kills the Queen in the main, and it's taken out the Infestation Pit. Not before Snute starts Hive.
Just so he can take out the or take. Start
yeah,
the
I thought
Hive.
this was going to be for Swarm Host, but I guess Hive Tech Vipers can be a lot better in these situations where it's tank heavy.
I don't know if he still needs Vipers, but certainly that will be the absolute best thing you can do. Do we even have a third command center for Tyga? He's just two-basing it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. This is it. This is all in.
This is a powerful attack force to come with, though, and if he can break... Oh, I don't know. I like that Secret Missile. I think a point defense drone would have been so much better with the amount of Hydralisks that Snute has, of course, but he's leapfrogging some of the tanks forward. He's going to start cleaning up the creep, but this isn't enough. Snute's on 4 bases. Snute's going to be able to resupply very quickly on what is pretty much just roaches, and this is not an army dependent on Hydralisks. This is an army dependent on numbers.
It's only 3 tanks, too. I think the reason that he's even bothering to push, to immediately pull back, as opposed to sniping off a couple Hellbats here and there, is that he's waiting for 2, too.
Well,
okay, now it's 5. That's 6 tanks. It's a little better.
Roaches get into the middle lanes behind this, though, and now it really is that if it wasn't an all-in before, it certainly is now. And this is just... I mean, tanks on siege might even be better for some select engagements, but he does get them sieged up, so that range bonus, the extra damage, is always nice to have. Queens get involved with the action, actually going to pick off some of the tanks, maybe? Gets one.
Supplies are insane.
I mean, it's kind of a weird base trade. But I feel like Snute's never really going to lose this one.
No. No. That's going to be it. He's doubling the army supply. Even if Tyga got up the base, like into the natural and killed the natural base, there's still 2 other production areas. Yep. GG.
Well, big shout out to Arduden who subbed